Hello, life.
Hello, life.
Yeah, it's a learning curve. Okay, we are live tonight. We don't have any technical difficulties this time. Last time was, it was like lag crazy. I mean, we were like literally talking on dial-up, like. I had one of my guests that actually we were like sounding like chipmunks because he was like so slow.
Wow. Yeah, I know. When you do live, a whole bunch of stuff happens.
Yeah, you never know what's going to come out.
Hello, Valor. Yes, we will talk about that. Let me introduce very quick. We have Tolentino and Auret.
Auret Esselen.
Yes, it's hard for you.
Yes, that one.
That's pretty much everyone's reaction to her
name. I mean, I'm very good, but with last names and stuff, but I don't know the origin of that one, so I don't know how to butcher it correctly.
Butcher it correctly. That's a good one.
I mean, mine always get butchered. I mean, I'm Fernando Sustaita, and Sustaita is not even the right pronunciation. It's Sustaita, and then I have my maiden name, which is Saib, and that one gets completely butchered as well. So I mean, I'm used to that.
Yeah, me too. It's all good.
Yeah, if you noticed that when I had you as a guest, I just said, "Hey guys, it's Fernando."
I'm used to that. I noticed. I was like, yeah, this is Fernando. Yeah, it's okay. But
cool.
Okay. Yeah, let's begin with that. That's a good idea. Let's begin with the freeze that's going on right now in merch by Amazon. Do you guys get hit with it?
By freeze, do you mean like less uploads? Because I signed in and we have two accounts. We're on the 1,000 and the 500 tier. The 1,000 went from 20 uploads to 5 uploads. And the 500 account went from 10 uploads to 3 uploads per day.
I have no idea because I had already maxed for the day. So it only says, mine says, that I am uploaded to the max. So I didn't know that people were still getting some at some level, so I guess I will find out tomorrow where I am.
Maybe it's the lesser accounts. Sorry, I hear a little bit of echo. I'm not sure if it's playing back.
I mean, my wife is in tier 500, and she, she also had already uploaded 5 for today, so she got 0. So we will find out tomorrow. Mine, I had already uploaded. Yesterday I had a lot on draft, and this morning I just put them, so it was, I guess I got lucky, but I will find out tomorrow how many I have, which, it's okay. I'm almost max, so it's not a big deal, but I wanted to do more long sleeves, which it's cheap. It's like, you don't have to spend more designs anymore, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think of long sleeves?
I like long sleeves. I mean,
do you like that you have to upload them separately? Because I don't like that.
I do.
You do?
I do.
Because on Redbubble, when you upload once, you can put it on all designs at once.
I mean, that's nice and all, but when you come to the point that, for example, Amazon is a ranking system, and now you have a product that is not really selling, and is dragging the other lines. Like, for example, you have a long sleeve shirt and you have a short sleeve, and the long sleeve is not really selling, and it's kind of dragging your rank, on the short sleeves, and vice versa. For example, I rather have a bunch of product all under the radar that have a bunch that can be caught by tools like Merch Informer or merch whatever. And there are a bunch of different merch tools. So I'd rather have all across the board, where I can sell in a different and also if I ever need the slot, I can just remove the long sleeve and use something else for something else, because let's be honest, nobody's gonna buy a long sleeve in summer unless you're a hermit living in some desert and you get cold at night. There
are those people. There are.
I mean, I sell. I mean, I have I'll show it to you. Let me show. Yeah.
That's a good way of thinking of it. Like, I guess having it as a separate listing is just like another arm out into the Amazon marketplace, as opposed to being attached to your existing thing.
This little shirt.
Yeah.
Ah.
Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
And I got them for $1. Okay.
Ooh.
And I bought about 300 of those around April. I'm down to about 20. They sold all year round.
That's awesome.
How did you have access to 300 of those?
I went on clearance. I do retail arbitrage, so I went to a lot of stores.
Oh, so you went to a bunch of different. I was like,
Yeah.
what? One store had 300 of those?
No. It was like at least 10 different stores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I mean, when you do retail arbitrage, you build relationship with managers, and sometimes they price match you. So I mean, yeah, it was $1 each, and I bought a bunch, and I'm down to about 20, and those are all year round. So I mean, long sleeve sales, and I know a lot of people are not really used to them because they don't really have never used them or have never feel connected to them or like them. I mean, I honestly like long sleeve. I mean, in Texas, it's too hot, and sometimes long sleeves are actually fresher, for your body.
For sure.
Because for example, you can wear a white shirt, and I mean, come on, I'm of Lebanese heritage. The sun gets, I get pigmented very fast, and long sleeve, white, bounces the heat out of my body. So for me in summer, it actually makes sense to wear long sleeve, when they're like thin material, they're like t-shirt material on a long sleeve. To me, it makes sense, because it's the Bedouin principle, right? When you're in the desert or when you're hot, you actually wear more clothes to keep yourself, cooler.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't really understand that when they come from, the 70 Fahrenheit year-round, weather like yourselves, because they're Canadian, by the way. So I mean, I guess it depends in the region, where you live and how how you perceive that. But me, I have the experience that I sell year round, long sleeves that I buy on clearance around March, and they sell. I mean, they don't sell the prices that I will sell them today. But when I buy them so cheap, I mean, I can sell them for $10, $12, and I mean, I have no issue of making $5, $6 per shirt. It's just it's not a bad return on my investment, right? So I don't know if merch is gonna be, because they're expensive. I mean, they're like $27.99 is what everybody's saying that we should price them.
Yeah, at least if you want to get like a decent, because it was like when you uploaded, it was like 24 something, and you get $3.74.
It's not enough.
Yeah, Rita was like, that's not enough.
Yeah, that was just but I mean, $27.99 is what, like $6.50, something like that. It's okay. at least one sale recovers your, the sale, the cost of your design. So it's not that bad. And if you're like me, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's doing the same. We started uploading our top sellers first. So we have proven designs, that we know have sold at least. I mean, since we started from the top sellers to the bottom, so we know that those ones have better chances to sell. What I don't like is, I don't know, you guys have seen this, is that they have only one shirt that is light color. And
one shirt that is like
on
long sleeves?
Yeah, the long sleeve is like one.
Oh, yeah, their colors.
And then they have, the heather gray, which is intermediate, and then they have the blue that is, one of the blues is kind of useless.
Navy blue.
Yeah, it's kind of like light blue, dark blue. It's kind of weird blue.
Yeah, I was surprised that
then you have the black colors. And the blue. So it's like, when you upload a design, I don't know if you guys have the same issue. I can only use like 2 or 3 colors, tops.
Yeah.
And when I want to go light, I only have one option, and it's not the best option, because not everything works in what is that color? Slate?
I don't think it's slate. I thought it was like the heather, the lighter grainy gray, and then there's the black, navy blue, and then royal blue, and then I can't remember, one of the other grays, but I'm not sure. I remember when I made the video, I was like, yeah, their color spectrum is pretty limited right now, but I'm thinking that Amazon knows their stuff and they know that these are the colors that potentially sell more. So I'm pretty sure there's a reason why they chose those ones.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would like to think that as well. White is the cheapest for them to print. So I'm surprised that they didn't, because every dark color they got to do a white layer of printing, and then they got to print on top of that. So white is a lot simpler to print something. So I'm surprised they didn't pick white. Probably because they don't sell that much. But I mean, or probably because they want less clutter. They probably want to have less child ASINs, going around. Because when we have, the merch, the merch regular shirts, and we have like 5 different colors, and everybody picks 5. Now we have 5 child ASINs, and when we have 1 million, different designs up, we have 5 million child ASINs going around, plus the parent ASIN. So probably in this way, they were like, okay, let's limit this. Let's limit the traffic, and limit, inventories. I don't know. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully these things sell well. It's a shame that they block us from uploading. We knew it was coming.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been warning about that. We knew it was coming, so it's no big surprise. Now,
none of what Amazon does is a surprise to me anymore.
What do you mean, Valor? About I was expecting that, since it's the same with premium shirts. There's a question. I don't know.
We got a question coming in.
There was a comment. It was more comment. Yeah. Hopefully he will explain that. I don't know what he meant. So YouTube, you guys are. I mean, when I first started talking to you, to you, you were growing your audience, and you just passed 10,000 members.
Yeah, we just hit 10,000 subscribers.
I mean, it was a huge boom. What do you do? What happened?
What do we do? What do we do on our channel, Auret?
You almost double in size in like a couple of months.
Yeah, okay, so we started to take our channel seriously a couple years ago. Less than a couple years ago.
Yeah, less than 2 years ago.
And what changed for us that really we started to see that consistent growth is having a publishing schedule. So for us, we set a certain day of the week, and on that day of the week, we release a certain type of content. So on Mondays, we release how to make that money Mondays. So Jewel talks about merch by Amazon, Amazon FBA, like Fiverr, like all this stuff that, we've dabbled in for making money online. And Tuesdays is social media Tuesdays. Wednesdays is video Wednesdays. Jewel talks a lot about Camtasia there. Thursdays is Mind Thrive Thursdays. I talk a lot about mindset, success mindset, that type of thing, sharing inspiring stories or videos or books that I've read. And then sometimes we have also other videos that we'll release over the weekend. So having that publishing schedule to consistently release content week to week has really, really helped our channel grow. And it was super tough. It's super tough at the beginning to stick to that. But what really helped us is batch production. So batch filming, like filming all of the stuff for the week at once, and then editing all of it at once, and then doing the SEO, and then uploading it, so that, we've developed a system for producing videos. And that's what's really helped us grow the subscribers.
Yeah, because you're like, well, yeah, you're right. You have like 5 different channels on one, plus you have like an extra, for whatever goes weekends, right? You also have a channel where you sing.
Yeah, exactly. I have a separate music channel, but on the Tolentino artist channel, so our business channel, I release updates over the weekend, just letting people know how my music career is growing, what I'm doing and stuff. And it's called Rock and Roar Updates. And those updates were created to inspire other people to do what they love and to do it loud. So I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm accountable to you. I want to hear what you're doing too. Let me know what projects you're working on. So that's why I started to do that and release those updates, and let people know what's going on for me. Like I also started recently from scratch on my YouTube music channel. So this way, everyone can see the growth, what I'm doing and how I'm doing it.
Yeah, because I remember, seeing you sing inside the Tolentino, like it was like how you recorded, it was a Spanish song actually.
Volare by the Gypsy Kings.
That song. So it's not a Spanish song.
Oh yeah.
No, it's a mix of Italian and Spanish. It's a bit of both.
Yeah, well, it was okay. But I remember that video, and then the other day I was, looking around, and then I saw that you now had another channel. So yeah, it connects. I mean, and it's pretty funny because my course is built, using Camtasia, and Jacob Toppings is the one who actually referred me to you girls, but and we started talking, and then I started looking for Camtasia videos because I wanted to, improve my editing, and I actually came through your channel, and your channel became like my Camtasia guide.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
So it's like, okay, she's helping me with my YouTube knowledge. She's helping me with how to hire somebody using Upwork. And now I'm also using, the Wednesday to learn how to use Camtasia.
Wednesday, yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm becoming quite dependent on this couple of girls. But I'm glad. I mean,
that's what our channel is for. Like, it's like a guide for people to tune in, like whatever day they want to. Some people only tune in on Mondays because they only want to hear me talk about the make money stuff. But then people tune in on the Wednesdays. I have some hardcore fans for the Camtasia people. They love my tutorials and all those videos. And one time I didn't upload for some reason, and they're like, "Hey, where's the Camtasia tutorial for today?" So I'm like, I make sure to always have one for every Wednesday now.
Yeah, I haven't watched them all. I mean, I would be lying if I did. But the ones I have watched have been, pretty cool. I mean, they have helped me. For example, I didn't know about the noise removal and voice balancing. For example, I speak very loud, and not every single person that comes, that I interview speaks my tone. So, when you're watching, before that, it was like a roller coaster of sounds, right? It was like, boo, 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 boo. And I was like, okay, I need to fix this thing. You got a bad attitude? What is that? No, it was a message that I got. So I was like, okay, I need to figure out how to fix this. And then I was like, duh, it's just a button.
It's always just a button.
I was like, a whole video, and then I see you was like, now you drop it here.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's it. Okay.
Ta-da!
I was like, you look. I was like, man, you will have seen my face. You would have thought, I'm like, okay, this guy is such a moron. And then I'm like, the transitions. I was like, oh, that's simple. The flipping of the transition. I was like, really? You just have to drag this thing? I also learned how to cut it, and those little things. It's like Camtasia has these guides on how to teach you how to do something, but they don't really want to teach you how to do it. It's like okay, yeah, it's like the video guide and how you shouldn't do something, and I'm like, okay, this is how I shouldn't do it now. When you how to do something, right?
Yeah.
So I love it. And of course, you guys have been actually having more and more interviews every day.
Live. Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say live, like when I did my first live interview, it was like new to me. I had no idea. I knew that YouTube and Facebook they're all moving towards this whole live platform, and everyone's doing live. And, I knew that our channel needed to get on YouTube Live for sure, because we have such fans on YouTube. And when we did our first YouTube live interview, like the sound was completely off. There was like crazy echo happening, and it was really bad. And it was actually really bad. And but we've learned from that, and we've noticed that ever since we started doing live, that's the reason why we try and do at least one live interview a week, is that YouTube loves it when you do live, and they boost your channel like crazy when you do YouTube live. So it's not the same as if you do like a Facebook live and then download that video and upload it on there. That's not the same. That's still like a regular uploaded video. But if you go through live through their platform, you get way more views and way more subscribers than if you would on a regular upload. So that's why we've been trying to incorporate it once a week, because obviously doing live is time consuming. You need to be there. You can't pre-record it or anything. So yeah, we've been wanting to do more interviews with people. The last person we interviewed was
Danielle Laporte.
Danielle Laporte, who was like, she like knows Oprah or something, and she's an author. And yeah, she was at the Udemy Live conference. She was the keynote speaker. And Auret was brave enough to ask her to be on our show, and she said, yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing, anywhere that, we can incorporate knowledge of someone else that would be really valuable for our own audience, we incorporate that. So that's why you've seen like a bunch of, and you've been yourself in the Merch by Amazon interviews, just sharing knowledge, seeing what other people are doing there. Jewel interviews them. And then for me, I'll, like if I'm connecting with someone in the mindset / social media / business areas, like the Tuesdays or the Thursdays, that's, when we'll do that. And Danielle Laporte, she's actually, she was named one of Oprah's Super Soul 100 invited members. So she was
selected of 100 people by Oprah to be like, I don't know what exactly it is.
She said, like in Oprah's words, something like that. These are people who are truly connecting the world with us, with an energy that matters, like creating real change in the world. And Danielle's written the Desire Map, Fire Starter Sessions. She's also recently released a new book called The White Hot Truth. So so I mean, it's really connecting with other people, other influencers to share knowledge for everybody. Our channel is like a grab bag, and we've had that question like, shouldn't your channel be separate? Shouldn't your channel be one thing? Or, if you have too many things, should they be separate? But I mean, it's everything that we do. And like being entrepreneurs, like you got to learn how to do so many things on your own. You got to learn video, you got to learn social media marketing, you got to learn all this you got to know about mindset. So having it on one skill, like having one channel on one skill set can be quite limiting sometimes.
Yeah, we decided that we wanted the channel to be all of us. So all that, like we wanted to share all that we know, like everything that we've done, like every video is based on personal experience. And so that's why we have those different days grouped, like Monday to Thursday has a set day. And I mainly do the Mondays and the Wednesdays, and Auret usually does Tuesdays and Thursdays, because that's where our strengths are. So that channel is like a full representation of us. And we even put vlogs and fun stuff in there too, because that's also us too. Mm-hmm. So our channel is a representation of us. And people, I don't expect people to watch every single video. I just expect them, like for you go on Wednesdays, you see something about Camtasia, and then you go leave and do your Camtasia. That's what I want, is for you to come get what you need and then leave and then maybe come back another time.
That's cool. And you're right about something. You have to ask. You asked. I have heard that name before. I had no idea. But for example, when I did my course, everybody's like, "How do you get JPCers in your course?" And I'm like, I asked, and the guy happened to have a slot available. And he's like, "Let's do it." And I'm like, mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
I'm like, let's do it. I'm like, let's do it. And it was 1 hour of total fun. Interviewing that guy was super entertaining. He's so smart. He's like, I mean, it was just fine. And then I asked also Austin Giuliano, which, is growing a lot of audience, the guy that goes around running as a unicorn. And he's actually coming to the show again. I actually asked him. I took his course in Snapchat. And I said, hey, man, I really love your course in Snapchat. And he's like, I would like to have you in my course. And he's like, I don't do Snapchat anymore. And I'll talk about Instagram, and I will be glad to. And I'm like, okay. And we actually developed some friendship, you're right? I mean, now we talk quite often. But, I mean, you got to ask. And when you ask, you're surprised when people say yes. For example, I knocked doors and people that were, like top names and no. Like, for example, Gary Vaynerchuk, I actually asked as well. He said yes. And then he started giving me, excuse after excuse. When he's a staff, started giving me excuse after excuse after excuse. And I finally gave up, saying, nah, never mind. He kept probably getting, paid offers to do something else. And, and now he's like charging for everything. I mean, he literally says, no single one of my minute is free anymore. I mean, it's, everything he does has a money dollar sign attached to it. So it's like, okay, whatever. But you got to ask, and that's a big thing when you're trying to build influence. You just got to ask, you want to get the better content. You want people to take you more serious. You got to ask those names that have value for people to say, okay, if he is connected to these people with value, he is probably also valuable. So they listen to you, they give you another opportunities, that if you start from the bottom, just talking to yourself, it takes a lot longer time. I mean, so now merch. We will go back to your channel, but merch by Amazon. Okay. How has YouTube helped you in your Amazon business?
Oh, well, I talked about this in our 1 year update of doing merch by Amazon. So when we started doing merch, it was actually just me, because I found out about it from like Chris Green. I saw like a random video on YouTube about merch by Amazon. And then I mentioned it to Auret. And at first, she was like, what, t-shirts? What is that all about? Like, everyone is always like, what's t-shirts? You want to do that? And it was like confusing at first. So it was only me doing it. And I created my own first design. It was a quote, and it was like, think outside of the box. And the word think was outside of the box. And it was like one of my favorite quotes. And I created that shirt. And then like I had friends and family buy the shirt. Like my sister and my mom and my dad, and then that was it. And then it just died. And then I was like, I don't really think this is gonna work out. But I was a part of those Facebook Merch by Amazon groups, and I kept seeing people post like, I made this amount of sales, I got this amount of, like, I got tiered up, and it was people that weren't necessarily super technically skilled. Like it was just like regular people like doing well on Merch by Amazon. And then so I brought it back up to Auret and another friend that had just so happened, like a high school friend who had just so happened to come back into talking to us again. And I was searching stuff about Merch by Amazon, and I found this guy's channel, and his name was Will, I think. And he doesn't do the videos anymore about Merch by Amazon, but he was doing updates because he had also just started Merch by Amazon. So we were kind of like on the same level. And I thought to myself, hey, he really motivated me by doing these updates. I'm going to do updates as well to motivate myself. Like initially it was honestly to motivate myself. And yeah, obviously to motivate other people too, but I wanted to put it out there on our channel to keep us accountable. Like I wanted to be accountable because merch was new. And when anything is new, it's hard and it's confusing and you don't know what's happening. But like, if you watch our first couple of updates, it was like, no sales, uploaded to, no sales, no sales. But then like, I don't remember, like on the 4th or 5th, it was like we got our first 2 sales that were organic. And then from there, it just snowballed. And the channel, like doing merch and YouTube, has led us to some crazy opportunities, new friendships, like with you. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have met you if we didn't start doing YouTube and Merch by Amazon.
That's fine.
And all the other people. and like interviewing people, and it actually helped to start do YouTube Live as well, because my first guest was Jacob Topping, and I had never done YouTube Live before, and he had suggested it. So it created like so many other opportunities, and they go like hand in hand together now. And I always look forward to doing like the updates, and people love following them. And I love hearing about the progress of other people. I've met a lot of people. I actually haven't met them, but it feels like I have, because like when you talk to people online so much, it feels like you've met them. So yeah, it's been awesome.
That I agree. I mean, I have people that I now connect with them more than my actual friends, that I know here in Houston.
Yes.
Because we talk about the same, we speak the same language. When I go to talk to my friends here in Houston, it's more like, hey, they always like this price, or or in engineering or chemistry or stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but I sold 100 shares this week, and it's like, and they look at me like, what are you doing with your life? Like, you're in contract law. I mean, you should be doing contracts right now. Why are you selling T-shirts? And I'm like, I like it. I mean, I'm happy as I've been, in a long time in my career. I mean, I don't. Yes, I mean, it's not what I envisioned. When I was growing in the corporate ladder, I wanted the corner office with the nice window, and I wanted to, like have a, executive title. But right now, I'm happier, doing what I do.
That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. My family is too. So they actually, my kids love that I'm home. They get to see me more upset now when I'm home, because I get more upset with them. But when I only saw them a couple hours, I didn't have enough time to be mad at them. Now I like go to the room, go do this. It's like, but they love it. Yeah, I mean, so you grow merch, right?
From zero, from nothing. Like, we had no experience at all. Like, none of us, the three of us, knew nothing about selling T-shirts. The only experience that maybe I had was selling on eBay and Craigslist, just like common e-commerce sellers knowledge. But I didn't know how to design T-shirts, or we just knew Auret was the main first designer with doing like the basic Photoshop. She's actually better at designing shirts than I am. I just came up with like the text types T-shirts. Auret's also really good at orchestrating like the hiring. I told you she's the one who did all the Upwork hiring and the interview process, and she's really good at going through that whole process, because it's not easy.
That video that you guys provided me for my course, I mean, it's amazing. It's I think you guys have a similar one in your channel, right? Something similar to that one, right?
It is similar, but it's like
not as in-depth.
It's not as detailed. Like the one that I did for you was very.
I'm sorry, guys. I would love to share it, but it's part of my course. But but if you guys want to get at least an idea, you should look at on their channel. I used to do something kind of similar to them, but once.
This is our channel.
That's our channel. It's iamdreamdriven.com. Go to that. That is a forward link to our YouTube channel.
And we will post that a couple of times.
Plug.
We always have that handy.
Flashing that stuff.
Yeah.
But the way Auret and Jewel taught me, went a lot more in detail. For example, right now I'm hiring. I'm hiring a team for next year. I'm looking for a team for next year, and I never thought about actually talking to them, for example, to get to see if they actually understood my idioms. To say, see, and it's something that you guys told me.
That was her idea.
That I have never thought about. I will have conversational English with them, but I never, threw them, do you understand my slang? Because shirts is nothing but slang. So that's when I actually decided to move and said, okay, I am actually going to get now a designer in Mexico. Because Mexico and US have the same, mentality when it comes to commerce, and when it comes to trends, they're like next door. And it will be a little more expensive than getting somebody in Bangladesh or Vietnam. But it's going to help me to say, okay, you understand more. So, and at the same time, I'm also interviewing in English, of course, but they are more connected, and they're in my same time zone. I'm getting a little tired, with waking up, and when they are they're going to sleep, and and when I finally get to see the designs, I'm like, oh, and email them back, and I was like, see you next morning, when I'm like, so it's starting to get a point that I need more productivity, and I need to have somebody who is going to do something. So following those guidelines actually have helped me a lot. Or interviewing has helped me thought outside the box, or things to ask, how to remove the people that are not good for my uploading. And I know you have a video about that, because that's where the whole idea came. And yes, you over deliver in the video you gave me for my course. These gals are very, very smart guys. You should follow them. They know their stuff. Now this group where I'm broadcasting is not a Merch by Amazon group. It's a Mastering Print-on-Demand group. The whole purpose of this group is to expand. A lot of people are in Merch by Amazon thinking merch is the greatest thing ever invented since chocolate, and probably is.
Since chocolate?
No.
Disagree.
Let's do some jokes here, right? But but I keep telling you, you need to diversify. You need to expand. Obviously, with your channel, your whole idea is to expand, to have different income streams and stuff like that. Do you think your channel has brought more income opportunities for your business?
Yes, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. We're all about creating multiple income streams. Sorry, hearing a little bit of the echo. But yeah, we're all about creating. Can you hear the echo, right? Or is it just me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone now.
You're crazy.
But anyways, we are all about creating multiple income streams. So when we started merch, we were always like, that merch can go away at any time. Like, it can implode, and like what's happening now with the freezing, like probably I'm guessing people on the lower tier are getting like maybe 1 upload or 0 uploads per day now. If we went from 20 to 5 and then 10 to 3, I'm assuming that the people that are lower are probably not getting anything at all, which probably really sucks right now.
Let me see. I have an account.
Like, if this is happening to you, then you need to go to another platform. You need to do the Etsy thing. You need to go to Redbubble. And even, for us, like, we're all about creating multiple income streams. So like t-shirts and print on demand is one stream. And then we have like our whole YouTube, that whole area of making money. And then we have our online courses, and we have our own services that we provide on our website. And it all goes together. Like, it's all integrated. Everything's all integrated, because even though we're doing merch, but I'm doing YouTube videos on it. And then we have these interviews. And then with our online courses, I do videos on that. And then it feeds into the selling of the courses, and everything's like commingled and webbed together. And that's what you want. Just in case one of them goes down, you've still got some more happening. Because you don't want to rely, let's say, on merch, and then you have a freeze right now, and then you can't upload anything, and then you're kind of like stuck, and you don't know any of the other platforms, or you haven't started anything. Then that kind of, that puts you in a position that you don't want to be in. So multiple income streams, totally important. We always talk about it on our channel.
Yeah, they are. And I use check. My daughter has a tier 100 account.
Your daughter?
Yes, she's 11. She has a tier 100 account. I use check. She has 1 upload.
1 upload. So I'm like, I wonder what the tier 10 and tier 25 have.
Probably 0. Probably 0.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has 1 upload. She needs to do right now.
She needs. Does she actually do them?
Yes. Actually, she uses Make Merch for.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
you're a cool dad to teach your daughter about that kind of stuff.
My father actually had that mentality. We used to have we have produce wholesale businesses all our lives, but when at some point he decided to have a mechanic shop and like body paint and mechanics and stuff like that. So on a Sunday, he would tell me, "You wanna how do you call that when you give money on Sundays for the kids? Allowance. This carburetor needs to be put apart." So he would give it the whole week, and I would put a whole carburetor, right? And I would have to notate. We didn't have video at the time. Okay, I'm 40. Okay, so we're talking about pen and paper. And I had to write down everything I did to put it apart. So on Sunday he would come and see my my tray, and he'd be like, "Okay, here's your money," and then he would tell me for next week, everything has to be put back together, and he will give me my allowance. So I went through the whole car, I unassembled the whole car back and and everything. I learned how to do body repair, the bondo, and then he like when I was 13, he taught me how to paint a car. So everything was about learning, and he will take me to every business trip that he went. He will take me to those business trips, and he would just tell me, "You sit down there and watch, and just watch and watch and watch." And then he developed also. When we went to the offices that he would take me, "When we leave, you're gonna tell me 5 things you saw about their business." So, for example, we'll tell them, "This guy just bought these bananas from this company, and and these people just bought him a truckload of these, these other product." So we'll give him names of competitors and name of suppliers, and he will give me my allowance, and then we will go to when we would go grocery shopping or whatever. He will tell me, "When we leave, I'm going to ask you the prices of 5 products," and then he will go to another store and he will ask me the same 5 products. You better check and tell me the price differentiation. So I will tell them. So he developed. He made me develop without even knowing, an observation skill, and listening skill. That I was just listening, and I will go to the store and watch and learn. That now that I go to the stores, and when I do retail arbitrage, for me now it comes like a second nature. You just go like click, 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 click. I know I remember everything, from different stores because I have that habit, and he developed it. So. My daughter and my kid, I'm doing exactly the same with them. And the merch,
awesome.
Something she's right now writing her first children's book to do in Create Space.
Cool, that's amazing.
Well, we figured that she wants to go to college, and and what better to be a published author, right? So she has a couple of books on on Create Space on Amazon. She she can put that in her resume. And whatever it's called, curriculum or whatever it's called for college, I don't know. And she can say, besides being honor roll student and blah blah blah, I also have a couple of published books that they're very simple and they're gonna sell. I mean, everything sells on Amazon, even crap sells. But they sell. So I mean, and she will be. So it's something like I thought. And hi, Richard, and yes, Astros World Champs. That was amazing. I mean, after all these hurricanes and all this stuff that we had in Houston, we finally had some moments of, entertainment. It was nice. I couldn't go to a single game because the cheapest ticket was $400, and it was in the crappy seats. So I said no. But yeah, Houston won the world champ in baseball last week. In case you didn't know.
Oh, crazy!
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about baseball, but it was a big deal for us. So, what is next for you? Eh?
What is next? Oh, I was just going to say, you were talking about writing, about your daughter, like writing. Auret was really good at writing, and when she was young as well, she had her poems like published. Where were they published?
It was a literature series or something like that. I was 9 years old, and I was born in South Africa. And when we came to Canada, we moved to Toronto first. We lived there for a year and then moved to Vancouver, BC, where we are now. So in that year, my sister actually stayed behind because she was much older. My sister's 15 years older than me. So she actually stayed behind, and I left with my parents to go to Vancouver. And I have a very close relationship with my sister. And I was so sad about this at 9 years old. And I've been writing poetry for like a long time, as long as I can remember. So I actually wrote a poem about that specific transitional moment in my life, and that was that was published.
How did you get that published? You like submitted it, or?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it was submitted to this publication, and they took it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in college, I got something published too. I thought it was really crappy, but they published it. I mean, my English professor submitted it, and it's like it got published in one of those Who is Who or something books that was popular back then. I never bought the copy. The copy was like $40-$50 at the time. I was like, I didn't buy it. I thought it was just a big scam. But I bet yours wasn't. Mine I was like, I'm sure mine wasn't good. I'm sure it was just to get money out of my pocket.
What is next? What is next for us? That was a question, right?
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Yeah. What's next?
The question. Well, we love YouTube, so we're gonna be hammering on with YouTube and continuing to grow the channel there. What's next for me in terms of my music career? I'm, putting out new music videos and new songs. I've been working with producers, so I'm really working on growing that aspect and also the channel associated with that. And Jewel is actually working on a new course as well.
Yeah, it's a private label course for Canadians specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I already have a Amazon FBA course specifically for Canadians because I found the process in Canada to be different than in the US. And there's just like little things, and also selling on .ca is way different than selling on .com. There's just little differences here and there. So I created one specifically for Canadians because us Canadians, everything, like, we always get stuff from the US. We always get stuff from you guys, and nothing's ever really created for us Canadians. So I decided to brand a course for Canadians, and they love it. They like that it's geared towards them. So I was going to be creating another one with another guy from Canada who's also from BC. So there's that. And then obviously still with merch, we're just still hammering away at the uploads. That's just like a continuous habit for us. Once a week, we meet with our other business partner, Maria, and we come up with designs. We work with our designers. And like, we have 2 designers now from Upwork. And then we just give them, our ideas, and then we upload and we come up with text. So it's like, what are we working on? We're always working on different things, but it's always going to be like YouTube, Merch by Amazon, and like our courses. And we have like clients that we deal with that aren't really so public. Those are kind of like behind the scenes. And like even Auret's music, like that's also part of our business, because what we do is we teach and we promote to other people that you can do your passion and make money from it. And, all that stuff that we do with creation and video, like everything is integrated. Like, we try and make sure that everything is like full circle. Hey, what's up, Anthony? How's it going? Where are you watching from? You're in Texas?
No, you don't know Anthony?
No, I don't know who Anthony is.
Oh, you need to get to know this guy.
Who's he?
He's the 10X. He has a Facebook group, the Jersey Style. It's nothing by bad words, cursing, and very straightforward. He's a very smart guy. I love watching his lives. He's actually starting a YouTube channel, I believe, as well, with merch. Very smart guy. I mean, multi-million-dollar seller, in Amazon.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's a big guy that is getting big in merch. Hello.
Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Jacob.
You're not this guy?
No, I don't know who that is either. I don't know any of these people.
Jacob Bates is the reason why this show actually exists. He's the guy I was telling you about.
The first interview that you did?
Yeah, the one that told me that I should make this show.
That's awesome. Well, now look what you've started.
So advertising in YouTube. We talk about that, also when we were, in the course. It was actually a huge deal. Do you plan to do it again this year?
Oh, like with
FameBit?
the FameBit, like with the t-shirts and stuff. I don't know if we'll do it this year, like this upcoming Christmas season. That was more of like an experiment that we did. But I mean, we could use it again. It was kind of like what do you call it? Because the shirt that we used was at the time, remember last year, merch was like much more lenient. And now they're super, super strict. So I'm not sure if we'll do that method again, but you never know. That was it, and it was an awesome experiment.
If we do it again, it would have to be with something like as specific, like a very specific, very niche design, and it has to be a perfect match with the influencer who will be marketing it for us on YouTube.
Yeah, and it has to be a YouTuber that already sells stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever promoted one of your shirts in your own show? Like you actually wear your shirt and said, "Hey, buy this shirt," this link?
Not yet, but we do have plans to do that. We were thinking of doing like our own line, like our own, like, because we're all about being positive and motivating, and our slogan is "Dare to be Dream Driven." So we were like thinking of doing some shirts that we really resonate to and wear them and promote them. Mm-hmm. But not yet, but definitely thinking about
that's something that I've been thinking about, at some point having like, I don't know, you guys have been in Startup Vitamins, that website. They're the owners. They are the owners of Print.
Oh, yeah.
They're the owners of Print.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
Startup Vitamins actually was created, and they, to sell those slogans, like stop wasting time and stuff like that, all business minded. I mean, they go huge, right? Mm-hmm. So they were outsourcing all the products. And one day they decided that, hey, why don't we produce it? And they started the Printful. And they created the Printful, and now they offer the Printful to everybody. But they are the owners of, of the Printful. They're huge, but I like their messaging, their shirts and stuff like that. So I'll say one day I will have for my brand, that, like some of my phrases that I will say.
Yeah.
I don't have anyone right now that I will trademark. But I mean, I'm not that famous, to say something like, oh, I did something that everybody's saying right now. No. But yeah, I mean, right now they're like everywhere. People are talking, like you go to the Shopify groups. Even right now, you go to, I think I saw in the merch group that Chris Green was promoting something also for YouTube influencing and for YouTube ads. Seems like YouTube ads is becoming something important here. And I have seen at least 3 different courses and expensive courses in the last couple of weeks.
Is this, sorry, what was that?
YouTube ads are different from the influencer marketing platform that we were using. Oh, yeah. So you're talking about YouTube ads, right?
Yeah, YouTube ads.
Okay, got it.
I know, FanBait, I know it was so 2016. But I'm seeing right now in the last couple of weeks, YouTube courses being, sold. And, I'm talking like Brian Board, that was probably going to be like $2,000. I know Phil Cipriano was offering something a couple, weeks ago, and if Phil Cipriano is promoting something, it's because it's at least $1,000. So I didn't even bother. They don't like to promote, like the $100 stuff. So, but it seems like YouTube is moving into ads.
Oh yeah.
More into that.
That's how YouTubers get paid mainly, is because through AdSense. So that's like when you turn on ads, you need to have at least 10,000 views on your channel. But when you turn on ads on your videos, you get paid per click. Every time someone, like if you watch one of our videos and you click on an ad, we will get paid a certain like couple cents or whatever, depending on what your ratio is. And if you watch at least, those longer ads that are like maybe like a minute long, if you watch at least 30 seconds of it, we will also get paid. So there's like, YouTube is totally driven by ads. They want advertisers to promote on there. So yeah, that's like a lot of the big YouTubers, they get a lot of money through ads.
I'm 1,000 views away from that. Almost there.
Ooh, exciting.
Almost there. I just need to upload videos. I mean,
Yeah, keep putting.
That'll happen fast. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I neglected YouTube for so long until I started seeing that actually people were finding me through YouTube. A lot of people that have joined my group actually came through YouTube, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that it was, like I never thought people were actually clicking on those links, and people started telling me, like, actually I think I have some more courses on people that I have no idea who they were, like new people that I never met through YouTube that I have sold through, Facebook. So I can tell there is more people that are more. Really, Jacob? What the hell?
Hey, it's a compliment.
Yeah,
take it.
I don't look at the over 21.
Yeah.
I haven't looked 21 for 19 years, my friend. And I'm not even at 21, I look 21. But you made me forget, my friend. What the hell?
I know. What were we talking about?
YouTube ads.
YouTube ads.
Really?
Well, you were talking about how you were 1,000 views away.
You're close. Oh, and
then people are finding you.
Your
courses.
But
yeah.
How can we? I mean, I haven't looking for it, and I don't find it anywhere. How can I create an ad?
Oh, you want to create an ad?
Well, now that everybody's talking about ads, I want to do an ad.
You don't do it through the YouTube platform. You have to do it through the Google AdSense.
Okay.
Account, which when you have like
I have an AdSense account. It's empty.
And then there's an area. I should probably create a video on this. But there is an area in there to choose like YouTube.
You would like to learn something about that?
Yeah, it's a good idea. Actually,
yeah, we'll create because we've created ads before on specific Amazon FBA Canada videos, and then that helped drive sales to our courses because you can actually choose which YouTube videos to put your ads on, which is really cool. So if you find that the videos that have the most popular views and stuff, and you can actually specifically choose those links and put them on there. So that's a really cool feature that YouTube allows you to do.
How expensive are YouTube videos in comparison to other platforms?
They are cheaper than Facebook ads, and in my opinion, more effective. Because it depends on obviously what kind of video, like the ad that you're doing. But what we did was we actually took one of our tutorials and we put them, it was a tutorial of me, like basically talking about Amazon FBA for Canadians and like telling people exactly how to do it. Like you didn't even need my course. I was telling people how to do it. And then at the very end, I did a small sales pitch, a small call to action, basically saying, if you want extra help and step-by-step guided tutorials, check out my course link down in the description below. And, because our method is the freemium model. So we love providing as much free value as possible. And then when we offer something paid, then the people who are loyal to us that loved our free stuff are like, hey, if they offer this stuff for free, whatever they offer paid, I want to get. So that's kind of what we do. That's what our channel is all about. That's why we give free value all the time.
And that's how it should be. I mean, you should give whatever free content you give should be top quality. It has to be, so people can trust that the pay quality is going to be even better, right? All these people that held back and then they want to sell something, and you're like, but whatever you gave for free is useless. So, what the hell?
Yeah, I hate that.
So, let's go back to those ads because I'm intrigued.
Okay.
So let's say that I make a video ad, about this Pitbull shirt, right? And I go and create sense. I create a 30-second video, 1 minute video, with a bunch of little tools. And I said, okay, I want to target the best Pitbull videos, that are on YouTube. Yeah. I could do that. I could just say, in this video, I want you to show me this video in front.
Yeah, there's an option, like when you're creating the ad, in the like dashboard area where you're creating the ad, you type in the keywords. So like you would put Pitbull whatever videos. You could then there see all of the popular ones with the views and when they were created, and you just click them and then you choose them. And then those are the ones that you would choose.
And it will tell you how much it's going to cost or use or.
You have a budget that you set per day, and then it depends on, like, I mean, you pay per click, right? So if a bunch of people click, then you're going to be paying more per day or whatever it is. But
I hope you guys are taking notes, because this is important. I mean, it's it's a good way to drive traffic. I truly believe that the future of merch by Amazon is going to be with paid traffic. I mean, it's no way that it's going to be organic. In a year from today, it's gonna you're gonna have to find ways to drive traffic. It's just.
Are you noticing that organic is like it's getting harder because there's more people?
It is irrelevant. But yes, it is. It is getting organic is dying. I mean, just think about this. They created AMS, $1 million platforms. And then they created sponsored products. Inside Seller Central. They didn't create those tools for you to drive free traffic. Do you think AMS has no idea that we're cheating the system and we're going through them to promote Merch by Amazon shirt? Of course they know. I mean, we're thousands of people cheating the system, and all we promote is Merch by Amazon products. I mean, hello. I mean, it will really. I mean, they are not dumb. It's Amazon. It's a database company. I mean, all they do is information. I mean, they know. But the only reason they haven't opened it because they probably don't want thousands of us doing it at the same time, so they want to keep it. The ones we find the loophole to go through, we go through the loophole and then we go through AMS. But what they want is that money. I mean, they realize that Facebook is today that multi-billion-dollar company because of the ads, not because of the content. The content is free. It has absolutely nothing to do. It's the Facebook ads that is driving all this revenue. I mean, look at Reddit is trying so hard to do Facebook ads as well, but they're so crappy. I tried them, super cheap, but it gets no traffic. Pinterest is doing them now too. I mean, super cheap, and they convert well when you send them to Shopify and stuff like that, but they don't convert well when you send them to Amazon. It's a different.
Yeah, they prefer to go to like actual brand stores. Oh, yeah. Really? The audience on there.
The audience goes more to Shopify or even Etsy, but in Shopify, Pinterest even has buyable pins, so they are for Shopify stores, so they're more interested on that market. So I mean, every single platform now is doing that. So I mean, it's dumb to think that Amazon is going to be like, yeah, sure, we will let you do organic traffic. It's double dip for them. It's like, okay, I will do you promote it once, and I will do I will also charge you the royalties. In order to royalties, the commission, the 15% commission plus the the cost of my product, so then I can make double end. And I mean, they are profit driven. So yes, I mean, I think next year, Merch by Amazon is not going to be completely organic. We're going to have to find ways to sell. I mean, and you are in the pot business. That the ones that drive traffic are the ones that actually make very good money. I mean, those ones to sell on Shopify, the ones that sell, these printing campaigns, fan printing campaigns, some frogging campaigns. Those guys make, 6 figures a month, no problem, because they are willing to spend ad money. The organic ones, yeah, they make a living, but they don't make, luxury living. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I think we're going that way, but it's my personal belief, and I know a lot of people get get heart attacks and get upset when we say that it's going to cost money, because they are so happy with not spending a single dime and making money. But there's a saying, and all the sayings are sayings for a reason. You got to spend money to make money, and I think this is going to be one of those reasons as well in the future.
I agree.
I really want you to do the video. I mean, not that I'm ordering you, right? Sorry. But I really want to learn.
I have made a mental note to write that idea down.
Because now I am not going to leave you alone.
Okay.
I know everybody who's watching this video right now or is going to watch it the next couple, tomorrow or in the next couple of days, going to be like, we want to watch that video. Because you just told us that it's cheap, and that we can drive more traffic. let's try it. You know,
Mhm.
people are not used to
Jacob.
spending money. Yeah, there are people not used to spending money on this business, Jacob, and merch by Amazon, because we go and the first thing you hear is Amazon merch by Amazon is free, and everybody's like, oh, it's free. No business is free, you know, and get them out of that mentality after going to a couple of groups with that mentality. It's very difficult to change that people mentality into saying you gotta now spend money to make money. I mean, I find it incredible that some people do not even want to spend $10 a month to have Photoshop. You know, I mean, it just drives me nuts. You know that you want to get into a business and you cannot even spend $10 in your business. It's that, and I know that right in there is like, okay, yeah, you. No, never mind. I get both.
You can't get the words out.
He's not
I
gonna
get
go
both
there.
I know. I used to go crazy, and I'm like, never mind. So that's why my group is more like, I'm gonna be a straight shooter. You know, if you get offended, I'm so sorry. But you know, I want people, you know, that get in my content to be people that are actually going to be using my content. You know, and my content is not for people that I just want to, you know, sell 10 shirts a month. Yes, invest, Buell, and 10x. That is 10x is Anthony's and whoever he copied it from, Jacob.
Grant Cardone.
Yeah, that guy. So yeah, because
Awesome.
Yeah, Ari loves that book.
I love that book. That's in my library.
I watched a video with that guy the other day. He was giving some money away.
Yeah. He's giving like $1 million out right now.
After 3 minutes of watching, I think it was his wife.
Yeah.
Elena.
I was like, forget about it. I hated him. I'm like, nah.
I mean, he's an acquired taste, I think. It's not for everyone, for sure.
Yeah,
but,
I was like, the wife completely turned me off the way she was acting. He was like completely arrogant. I'm like, I'm
not your type.
I don't need your money. I just keep it. I only watch it because Anthony Busiglio and Monte Worley are always talking about that guy, and I'm like, okay, I gotta watch it. You know, two Facebook friends that are always talking about it, and two successful business friends that are always talking about it. It's gonna be a reason. And I'm like, what's that disappointment? I was like, but I'm glad you like it. I mean, to next one.
Oh, I mean, the whole thing that he writes about is just it basically, it is the title of the book. It's just like, go do it and do it big, do it loud, like just do it. I mean, a lot of people play small, and there is a time and place for that, but when you have big goals, you got to play on that level. And I really liked his book. I don't really watch much of his videos or the way he speaks. I know he's very loud and out there. That's totally his style. But I'm more like, I love reading. I love the actual physical book. So that's how I digest a lot of wisdom, is through books.
I don't learn by reading. I mean, I have read hundreds of books, you know, but, you know, like novels and stuff like that. But when it comes to business books, I do not do very well reading. I have more like a sound memory. Like I need to hear, you know, like when I was
audiobooks.
Yeah,
that's
I
like
prefer
Joel.
audiobooks. You know, like when I went to college, I would never miss a single class. I would listen to the professor, and I wouldn't even buy a book because I never read it. It was just one of those deals that I knew I wasn't going to read it, so I never bought it. But I would go and pay attention the whole time, and it was. You
never bought textbooks?
No.
Wow.
You know, no. Actually, I will pay people to read the textbook to me.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like my sister is a year younger than me, and I will ask her to take a couple of classes with me, you know, because we study almost the same, and she studied out loud. So I will tell her, you know, just study out loud, and I will listen. And I don't retain much reading. I retain everything. You tell me something that's most likely I won't forget. But if I read
everyone
it,
learns differently.
In 5 minutes, I will completely forget about it. I'm like that. As soon as I read it, I'm gone. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, everyone digests information differently.
For me, it's video. Hence why I love YouTube so much. I watch YouTube videos all the time. So yeah, me teaching on video was just pretty much a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, Gary V. Someone made a comment. Jacob said, Gary V is my motivation. Very vulgar, but he's the reason I built and launched a site in 4 days. Only slept 3 hours in a night.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm gonna be going to see Gary V in person in February. I think it's February. Yes. He's coming to Houston.
Cool.
It's him. It's gonna be one of the Shark Tank women. I don't know her name, but she's gonna be there. I don't really care.
Of QVC or
I don't know who she is. My daughter watches it and she was pretty excited. I'm gonna take her, and and this guy,
Lori.
Mike Rowe.
Yes,
Mike Rowe is his name. The guy that has this show about odd jobs. I only going to see Gary Vee. I mean, and let him hear, to say bad words like 24/7.
It's a conference.
It's what he does. Yeah?
What kind of is it? It's a conference in Houston.
No, it's one of those one-day workshops where most likely we will get sold something that I don't want.
Got it.
So I'm just gonna go see the Gary Vee, and you can pay. It's gonna be $70. You want to see in the back, which I'm gonna pay $70. You can pay $500 to eat with him, and so it's like 30 seats, and you can eat with him, and and I'm like, come on, and I speak to him 2 minutes? Nah, not worth it. And then it's $1,000, so you want to get an autograph and a headshot with him and another guy and Mike Rowe, and I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna go listen to him scream and say bad words and probably get 1 or 2 takeaways, and just say I went to. But I mean, I met him one day shortly, like for in an airport. He was there running. I took a picture and left, and then I later lost the phone and I don't have the picture.
But so did it really happen because you lost?
Yeah, it didn't happen. I don't have proof. No, you're not coming to Houston. You wouldn't last day here. I don't know. So
Houston, how far away is that from Dallas?
About 2 hours. No, 3 hours. 2.5, 3 hours.
Last time we were in Dallas for a conference for dropshipping a couple years ago. And we went to Fort Worth and hung out in Dallas, which was cool. But yeah, we didn't end up going to Houston.
I have a sister that lives in Dallas, so I go quite often. And I always every time there is something I supposedly am going, and then I never go. But yeah, Dallas has far better business conferences than Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Houston is always oil and gas medicine, and once in a blue, real estate and oil and gas and medicine. So we don't really get a bunch of and Dallas is more high tech, more artistic, more it's a more liberal city, so it goes more. They have more conferences like that. So yes, if I want to go to a conference, I mean, the ClickFunnels conference was in Dallas last year. So I mean, and I learned when it was sold out. So
next year.
Are you reading the haircut comment?
Yeah, he's obsessed, isn't he? Dude, you're ruining my mojo here.
You're distracting him.
Yeah, come on. I'm old. I cannot get distracted. I forget. So what are you looking to do in your singing, Auret? I mean, I'm taking my daughter to American's Got Talent audition in December.
Ooh, that's cool. For singing or dancing or what?
Singing. I mean, I don't think she's got a shot, but she wants to go anyways. She doesn't practice enough. I mean, and singing takes a lot of practice. So I've been teaching her and stuff like that, but I don't have the voice anymore. So my 2 ears popped in an airplane. They were full of blood and stuff like that. I completely lost my ear.
Oh,
I didn't.
gosh.
Oh gosh, that's
Wow.
horrible.
Yeah, they're playing the despressurized.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I was in pain. Next morning, I was in pain. Then the next day, I went to the doctor and told me, "Dude, you should have come like right away." It was like completely blood all over inside. I lost like 40% of my hearing.
Whoa.
And when you play instruments and stuff like that, that's enough not to be able to tune them and stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, what I'm really working on is impact. Like music is like, I love singing. Music is my language. Like basically it speaks to my emotions, and I write music too. I write songs, or I write the lyrics, and I work with a producer to come up with the music. And like my messages that I want to share with the world are basically in those songs. A lot of them have to do with positivity, empowerment, being reborn, like all this kind of stuff. It's a lot of mindset stuff that I've learned and that I've gone through in my songs. So that impact is really what's driving me, and also my passion for singing and music. And that impact is like in my business too. Like I want to create that impact there. So yeah, that's what I'm working on.
What about you? What are you working on?
Well, right now I'm focused on my course. I mean, but also I'm taking a course with Dan Henry, which is about Facebook ads for entrepreneurs, which is about opening a Facebook ad agency. So I'm completely immersed right now on learning funnels with ads. So I mean, I'm really liking this whole idea of doing click funnels and stuff like that. So, but it's very difficult to drive traffic to them because Google does not recognize, a funnel as a platform. So it is never found. Even if you have, millions of views, it doesn't, index you. So you gotta drive constant traffic, and it's always cold traffic, and the cold traffic is very expensive. So, I was like, like for example, when my course, I wanted to go take it to an ad. It wasn't converting because I didn't have the whole sequence built correctly for the Facebook ad, the warming and all the stuff, the sequences, the retargeting. So I'm like, okay, I need to build the whole funnel. So it's what I'm right now. I'm very obsessed on that. Hello, Jacob. The other Jacob. You want to come and say hello to them?
Hello, Young.
Young just joined.
Yeah. You wanna come? You wanna come to the show, Jacob? I have a spot available. These days it's double nighting. No, he wants to. I'll send him a link. It's 10:20. We're in an hour and 20 minutes. You want to keep going, or you want to say bye-bye?
We do need to wrap it up by 8:30. So.
Yeah, we've got about 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Here, yeah.
Or 8:30 PST. That's over.
Yeah, I mean it's 10:30 from my. Yeah. Okay, let's start wrapping. What is your channel? I mean, again, tell us a little bit about it. I mean, I know people peek here and there. I'm okay. Let me hide that part. I'm dreamdriven.com.
I am dream driven.
I am dreamdriven.com. Yeah.
Hey, Young.
Hey, Young. How's it going?
But let's start wrapping this up then. One last thing. Why should we do YouTube? I mean, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, why should we, do a channel? Why should we do that?
You want to answer?
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, first of all, you have to want to be on video because everyone, a lot of people think like, oh, you have a YouTube channel, I should start a YouTube channel. You shouldn't do it if that is the reason. Like, you have to have a passion, first of all, to be on video. And you got to decide, first of all, what is your channel going to be about? Like if you're going to be like an educational channel like we are, or if you're going to be an entertainment type channel where you do pranks or viral videos and things like that. You need to decide what you're going to be providing to the people and then go and do that. So for us, we decided we want to be we want it to be an educational channel, and we want to give out as much free value as possible. Like the reason why we first started our YouTube channel was because many years ago, in like 2010 or something, I was on YouTube trying to figure out how to do something on Facebook. And I went on YouTube trying to find a tutorial. And the tutorial was horrible. It was a tutorial where they pull up the notepad and they're typing out the explanation, but then they have really loud, like EDM trance music playing in the background, and there's no speaking and you don't see anyone. And I was like, oh my God, this is so annoying to learn to. This sucks. Like I actually said, this sucks. And I said, when I learn how to do this, I'm going to do a better tutorial video to help people out. And, to be honest, we're addicted to helping people because we get those comments every day on our channel, like saying, thank you so much. Especially with our like Camtasia and editing videos, I get a lot of comments from people who say, you saved my project. I was able to hand it in on time, like to school or whatever. Auret gets comments all the time about people who honestly are depressed, and they watch her videos and they feel better and they feel like excited and motivated for life. And that fuels us, like that keeps us going. So if you are starting a channel, do it for the right reasons, whatever your reason is, and provide full value, whatever that is, if you're being an entertainment channel or if you're being an educational channel. So don't just do it because everyone's on YouTube and you can make money on YouTube, because it's hard. It's hard work. Like we upload like Monday to Thursday, sometimes Friday and Saturday. It took us a while to get the habit of putting out videos almost every day. It's not easy. Now it's easy for us. Like it's not hard for us to do it anymore. It's like brushing teeth or taking a shower now. Like that's how YouTube is for us. So just know that in the beginning, especially, it's really, really hard, and it still is a lot of work. So a lot of people think that it's simple and they just do a couple of videos or even do videos for a month. Like we've been doing this solid for like 2 years, and it's now just really starting to take off. So
yeah, and just to add to that too, you're asking, well, why should we be on YouTube? In addition to think about first you got to like it, like you got to think about what you're going to put on and stuff, but think about the medium as well. The medium is video. That is your content. It's different from a blog. It's different from Instagram. If you are in the education industry, like you want to teach people to do anything, it could be absolutely anything. YouTube is the platform that people go to learn stuff, to learn how to do stuff. So that's the audience on there. And so if you are in that space, then it's a great medium to reach your audience, because everyone's looking how to do this, how to do that.
And in my opinion, it's the best way to connect to people, because especially if you get on video and on camera, people see how you are. And we get comments all the time on our channel saying like, we love how you're so real and just say whatever you want and you teach in a simple way. It's harder to get, in my opinion, it's harder to get that connection through a blog post or just like reading something. And even through audio, I think when the person can hear and see you, you have a greater chance of impact on the person.
Yeah, I mean, video has a whole different deal. I mean, I'm still learning it. I never thought I was going to be doing videos, but I noticed that YouTube it's a more difficult audience than Facebook Live. They expect, when they're watching a video, they expect the content to be there, or they are brutal. My first video that I had, it was just like thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. I was like, and I was like, wait, in Facebook Live, this would have been a complete success. What are you talking about, right? And then I realized that I I was wasting too much of their time going in circles, and they wanted knowledge.
Yeah, that's a big thing on YouTube is you gotta get straight to the point. They do not like their time being wasted.
And in Facebook Live, it's like you don't care because you're live, and you know that whoever started watching you from the beginning is probably not gonna watch to the end. It's people coming and leaving. So you kind of go in circles on purpose to recatch the next wave of people that are going to be watching. So it's more like expected to make it to go back to topics. But in YouTube, I was like, oh, okay, I gotta be more concise. So to me, it's been a challenge to make small videos, for that, because like 5-10 minute videos for me is like super challenging. I mean, I'm used to 30-40 minute videos. So it's getting there. But I won't take more of your time. I really want to thank you. John Jai Chong is saying that he's gonna probably message you.
Awesome. We'll check that out, Young.
Yeah, I'm sorry I butchered your name. I butchered everybody's name, so don't be offended. I'm sorry. I just butchered you, and I butchered mine too.
Yeah.
But, no worries.
It's all good.
It's part of Facebook. I want to thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you for being here. An hour and a half just went by fast. And I still had so many questions, but maybe some other day.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much. I really want that video. When I hold your card, I already held your card.
I know it's already live. People are going to be seeing this.
You're keeping us accountable right here. We're going to release a tutorial on how to do ads on YouTube.
Ads.
Yes.
I will create that. That'll be going out on a Tuesday.
Because right now, seriously, there's I've been offered like at least 3 different from 3 different venues a course on how to do YouTube ads. So it seems like the market is there for something. For some reason, I'm missing something, and I don't want to spend thousands of dollars to figure it out. Something that
that you can just watch a free video on.
No. I'm not saying that.
It'll go on.
To learn how to do the videos, one thing. If I want to know the knowledge inside. Like for example, I'm paying $1,000 for Dan Henry's course. It's worth $1,000. To me, it's worth it. I mean, I will pay that if I knew that it's something that I want to do. But there is no information anywhere, to say, okay, why they are so interested right now? Why all out of the blue, YouTube ads is something else? I mean, why is so important today? It wasn't relevant 3 months ago. Why is so important today? What am I missing? Is what I'm curious about. Let's put it that way. Because if I see the potential in YouTube ads, yes, I will definitely spend a course on that. Yes, I will. I mean, I literally have right now about 15 different courses that I have paid that I'm still supposedly to be taking.
Whoa!
Wow. You got a lot of work to do, and to watch our tutorial.
I just bought the new one from Rachel Miller, the one she came with she has a little course now that she came with that in your pages when the bots the messenger bots.
Oh, the live chat.
Yeah, she has a new course that she came out when I just bought it as well. So I just buy courses. But anyways, I want to thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for having us, Fernando.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You
All
too.
Right. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.